Hi there, and welcome to The Salted Pepper, where we cook for real life using real food and we keep it real simple. Today, I'm going to show you how to make a simple marinara sauce in the Ninja Foodi cold and hot blender. It uses just a few ingredients, and you probably already have them at home, so you can make this anytime you want, and it is super, super easy. First thing I'm gonna do is use 1 can, which is 14.5 ounces of fire roasted tomatoes. I really urge you to use the fire roasted tomatoes in this recipe because it adds this wonderful depth of flavor. And don't worry, fire roasted does not mean spicy, so these are not gonna add spice to the marinara. However, if you're like me and you want some spice, we're gonna add a little bit of red pepper flakes at the very end. All right, so we've got 1 can of the fire roasted tomatoes going into the blender. 1 clove of garlic, just peeled and whole. And this is kind of a large garlic clove. So if you wanted to use 2 smaller ones, you certainly could. If you love garlic, add in 2, that's fine. Then we have our tomato paste. This is 2 tablespoons of tomato paste that's gonna go in. It's gonna help to thicken the marinara. Perfect. And then I find when we use canned tomato products that they have this increased acidity. And with long cook times, you can cook off that acidity. But this is not going to be a real long cook time, so I add a tablespoon of demerara sugar. And I think that this works perfectly. However, you don't have to add that. You could add it at the end if you wanted to, start with a teaspoon and go from there. So that's totally optional. Now, the spice blend, super simple, and it turns out delicious. 1/2 teaspoon of fine grind sea salt, 1 teaspoon of dried basil leaves, and 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning blend. And that's it. All right, now I like to add the spice when I'm cooking it, okay? But if you were gonna add, let's say you wanted to make it for a family and your kids didn't like the spice, but you liked it spicy, no worries. Make it just like this, and then before you serve it, pour out the ones for the kiddos and then add in some of the spice for you. All right, so I grabbed my red pepper flakes, and 1/8 teaspoon is all we need, okay? That's gonna be plenty. Now, you could easily double this recipe too and make more sauce, but I'm just making a little batch because I'm using it to test my mozzarella stick recipe. All right, put the lid on the Ninja Foodi blender, and we are going to turn the Ninja Foodi blender on. And now watch carefully because this is really, really complicated, okay? Watch very carefully. We hit that button. That's it. Now, the blender will blend it up, cook it, and in 30 minutes and 30 seconds, we will have our marinara sauce. All right, so it's all done. Our marinara sauce has been made, and it is gonna be really, really hot. So you can either open up the entire lid, but please be very careful, or you can do what I do, is open this little vent here and let it cool down some. And so I'm gonna just let all that steam escape. And meanwhile, I'm gonna whip up a test batch of mozzarella sticks so that I can dip it into the marinara and taste it and let you know how it is. All right, so I whipped up a batch of mozzarella sticks. This is one that was not frozen, and these were frozen. So right now it looks like I'm gonna be going with ones that are not frozen. They browned up a little bit better. All right, so let's get this lid off, and still be careful. There's still quite a bit of steam there. And I'm just gonna pour a little bit in here because we don't need a whole lot for our sauce. But look how nice and thick that is. It's beautiful. Smells really good too. But it doesn't matter what it looks like or smells like. It matters what it tastes like. Now, hopefully I don't burn my mouth on this, but let's see, which one do I want to try? Oh, it is still warm. All right, here we go. Oh, it looks so good. Let it cool just a minute. Where's the cheese, right? That one, I think I lost a lot of the cheese in there, but just so you know, they're not all like that. So I'm still working on the recipe. That's why it's not released. This one will probably be even better. Yeah. So I'm still working on it, but as soon as it's released, I will certainly link to it. So good. This would be perfect just over some pasta. I mean, seriously, it is good. Grate some Parmesan cheese, and it is fantastic. I'm gonna try it with a chicken Parmesan. So that's what I'm gonna make next. And I'm gonna start testing that recipe for you guys. But this is a great basic marinara sauce that is just so easy to make. I hope you enjoy this one.